Now this could be a tale of two Walkmans here, but this one here is an AIWA and it's a PX510. Now there's another version that looks very similar to this, a 310, and there's also the 505s, which basically all kind of share the same inner workings, and unfortunately they all suffer from a real bad issue with capacitors. So anyone who's kind of seen these will know that unless they've been refurbished, they will not work. So anyone buying blind where the seller says they've not tested it, the seller knows it doesn't work basically. So the bouts do tend to go as well, so the bouts get a bit kind of stretchy, like sometimes they're still on there, or in the worst cases they've already congealed, so they've gone bad, and then they're quite hard to kind of clean up and everything. So they're really nice, decent sounding Walkmans when they're working, really good, and really loud. The feather light kind of touch controls are pretty cool on the top. You've also got the rewind and forward switch on the top there. There's an indicator for auto reverse. You've got the volume and headphones, and this one here is just a Dolby B, but it's also got support for metal and chrome and normal tapes, and it's got a multi-function battery compartment. So you could either have a slimmer design, and that one basically would hold a dedicated battery, AIWA battery, and then you also have this little caddy, which was a really neat idea, just to whack two batteries in. So as you can see as well, it's a little bit on the thirsty side, needing 3 volts to run, but it probably doesn't need that. It probably stepped it down somewhat. It says on here 2 volts as the external kind of power, but as I say, they do need sorting out. So if you do have one, you will need to separate the PCB board, so there's a little bit of desoldering of the solenoid area, and when you've kind of moved that to one side, then you'll see tons of capacitors. Well, not tons, but you'll see a good handful of capacitors in there that will need to be separated from the board, and that's where you can get into a few issues with damaging the tracks and basically rubbishing the PC board. As I found out to my own cost, unfortunately. But anyway, I've still got a couple of these to my name to have a go at repairing. So I've already got the capacitors that will fit already to hand. So it's another little project waiting for me, probably in the new year again sometime. But anyway, I'm going to now go on to this one, which is the topic of the video. So this is an AIWA PX540, and it's somewhat smaller actually than this one. So it's a little bit kind of thinner, as you can see. Probably the overall footprint is quite similar there. There's a little bit of protruding there for the buttons. But these weren't really seen in any quantity in Europe, and I bought this blindly a few years ago off eBay, and the seller who was selling it, he was in this country actually, in England, he didn't know if it worked, and it was sold very cheaply. So it's been in a drawer, and it's been in a drawer for quite a long time, and I'll explain why. And it's because of the battery. So this is not gumstick kind of standard battery here. This is what AIWA were using was like a lead acid battery, and the contacts are actually at this end. So there's 2 contacts for the power inside the case here. So that means like a standard gumstick isn't going to work for you. So it's just been left untested, and I didn't know if I've bought anything that doesn't work. You can tell it's had a bit of use though in its time. The little rollers here show a little bit of kind of wear there, so it has obviously been used for a period of time. But the other thing with this is if you haven't got the external kind of battery holder, so this was compatible with one that kind of clip round, and you can see that's the power to the external battery compartment. But that let's see, how many batteries did that take? So that just took, yeah, so that was 3 volts, so that took 2 AAAs, just like the other AIWA. And unfortunately they're rarer than these models, so this model is a rare model in itself, but I think the battery compartment is somewhat more rare. So yeah, that went into a drawer. I was kind of thinking as a project, could I maybe open it up and fix something maybe permanent in there, but then there's always the issue of charging that battery. So I kind of held off that, and then some time ago, sort of at the end of the summer, I saw some batteries for sale, and I ordered one, and it's just arrived. So It's taken a while to get here. It was AliExpress. So it came along and I thought, what the hell's this, you know? And I really did think, what have I bought? So the seller has put a little charm in there for some reason, maybe to make me buy from them again. But this is what I was ordering. And I didn't see it available for this model, but because it kind of matched the look, I thought, okay, this probably is the right one. And I'll show you what I've got. So this is not an AIWA. Someone's using the old standard AIWA print there to make it look something else. Well, to make it look more official, but it's really more like a little retro item, I would say. So we've got the power at this end, and it's a Li polymer battery, and it's PB-S5 is what you're kind of looking for. Looking on here, there you are. It can be charged from a USB, and that's that funny kind of USB one for mobile phones, which allow you to kind of have it in any way and it will charge, so that's quite good. So that should last a bit longer. So let's put this in and see where we go from there. Did you hear that? It sounds quite hopeful, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to put in a newly recorded cassette, which I've used in other things, and see if it whirls round. Okay, controls on the top. Looks like we've got music search in here, so rewind, pass forward, stop, play, auto reverse. That's the door kind of latch. Looking around, got the headphones. So it looks like the remote would be part of the headphone socket, possibly multi-poled kind of 3.5 plug going into there. So that's hold on, or hold or off or on remote. So let's just put it to off, which it was. Got Dolby. I'm gonna make sure that's off, and off on the super bass. Okay, that's moment of truth. Let's see if the wheels turn. Wow, they do. And auto reverse looks to work as well. So that's going in reverse. Okay, let's stop that. Let's see if the rewind. Stop. Ooh. Found a limit on the actual forward there. Yeah. So it depends what mode you're in. So let's just open it up. So that's in. So what happens when I press play now? Okay, so that's going forward. That's going back. Let's stop that. Let's open again. Close. Will it now play back? No. So that resets it. So it's always going to go forward. Okay, that's fine. So in that case, forward is that one. Forward's okay. Stop. Reverse. No. Sluggish. Okay, so reverse is possibly harder for it to do. I would suggest that's the bout. So, but having said that, it looks like it's playing at the right speed. Can I live with it not doing reverse? Well, I suppose you can, because you can just take the tape out, which I suppose defeats the object of auto reverse, but take the tape out, put it in, and then fast forward will obviously be the same as reverse, and then take the tape out, put it back in again and play it. So there is that possibility. Okay, let's grab headphones and see if the amp is working. So I'm quite surprised to see this actually functioning, because like I say, this one, which is possibly a little bit older, not much, is not. So did they change their manufacturing process, AIWA? Did they maybe use a different factory and different components, maybe some better quality ones? Okay, let's press play. Okay. Yep, sounds fine. Sounds normal speed, no fluttering, no sign that the bout is in trouble. And equally, auto reverse is fine as well in both channels. Okay, so let's just do one little thing. It probably won't do anything, but who knows how long the owner had this kind of parked up for, the previous owner, and then I had it, and it's just been sat for years, not being used. So I'm just see if that makes any difference. Okay. And reverse. Ooh! It's working. It's reversing. Oh, and it's going fast forward as well. Let's do that again. Excellent. Now that's really good. And that's the second Walkman now that I've had. And you'll see that if you watch my other video about the Sony 910. Now that one needed a similar thing doing. And I suppose you could start to panic and think, okay, I need to take the thing apart and start looking at about change. But the fact is, it's down here at this drive. Now, the bout internally is driving these two. And this side was obviously stiff. But I suppose you might argue, okay, it's not threading the tape through, is it, at that stage when you're rewinding? Well, it's not, but it is still driving those little wheels inside. Okay, that's really, really good. Well, I think I can close out this video. I'll just say one thing a minute. If you do need to do about change, I've not seen what it's like inside this one, but I've seen ones that are very close in model number, and they look to be harder to do in terms of taking the PCB board out to actually get at the bout. So they do need quite a bit of desoldering, which is fine. And I suppose I'm more happy if I've only got to do that and I don't have to muck about with capacitors, the surface mount capacitors that you would have to in this one. So maybe this is a good model to have. Maybe it's long lasting. And the fact that the components seem to be fine, there's no whistle, no whine, everything's driving nicely, and that's fine. Dolby, super bass. Oh, that's nice. You know what, AIWA really knew their stuff, didn't they? There's our little indicator there. Seems a waste of space really, doesn't it? But they've got empty, is that medium, like half full, and then full. Or does that mean forward? Hang on, let's play it, let's get it to turn. No, that is just battery, surely. Yeah, so that's the battery indicator. And I think that battery, which I'm going to have to test now and see how many hours I get out of it, is a really good idea. And the fact that someone's come up with the tooling and the idea to manufacture those and to sell them quite cheaply, not extortionate by any means, and probably won't want to come out now. I think that's really good. So yeah, so in situ you could just get your USB charger, plug it in, off you go. Just wanted to append a little bit more to this video. The sound is fantastic. The stereo separation, the range, the kind of things I'm picking up and listening to, it seems to even be up there with the very best Sonys. So it may even surpass the Sonys that I've been using recently. But this is one nice player. And if you ever get the chance to find one that looks a little bit like this, definitely go for it. Brilliant. Well, that's made a good video, that, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will dig out some more interesting Walkmans, and I've got to get on and do some more interesting videos on cameras as well going forward. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.